There are many farm structures in the farm. The physical constructions put up on the farm are called farm structures, and they are used to increase efficiency in production. Some of them include crushes, cattle dips, and fences. Farm buildings. Types of farm buildings: homesteads, houses for farm animals, stores for farm produce, tools, equipment, inputs and machinery, buildings for growing crops, for example greenhouses, and buildings for processing farm produce. Parts of a farm building. A building consists of a foundation, walls, and the roof. A wooden roof has several parts. These are cross-tie beam, which connects the roof to the wall, strut, which supports the rafters, tie, which supports the rafters, rafters, which support the purlins, purling, which supports the roofing materials, and eaves, which protects the wall against rainwater. Planning and siting of farm structures. Siting of farm structures. Factors to consider when siting farm structures: the location of homestead, direction of prevailing wind, topography, accessibility, and security. Perimeter fence. The perimeter fence marks the boundary of the farm. Farmer's house. The farmer's house should be near the main road. Poultry house. The poultry house should be near the homestead to provide security for the birds. Piggery. The piggery should be constructed on the leeward side of the homestead in order not to allow foul smell from there getting to the homestead. Greenhouses. Greenhouses are structures made of glass or translucent walls and roofs and are used for growing crops. The size of greenhouse constructed by the farmer depends on the type of crop to be grown, scale of production of the farmer, availability of capital, and availability of construction materials. Importance of greenhouses. The use of greenhouses in crop production is increasingly becoming popular in Kenya. They protect the crops against excess sunlight, cold weather, pests, and diseases. Livestock handling structures. Animal crush. A crush is a farm structure made up of a holding yard and a fenced narrow passage. Some routine animal husbandry practices carried out to an animal in a crush include spraying with acaricide, identification, vaccination, dehorning, and artificial insemination. Cattle dip. A dip is a farm structure constructed for control of external parasites. There are two types of dips. These are plunge dips, where animals are totally immersed in the dip wash, and Machakos dips, where animals stand in the dip wash and only the belly, legs, and the underside of the animal are beneath the surface of the wash. Calf pens. A calf pen is a shelter in which a dairy calf is reared during the early stages of growth up to 16 weeks. Calves should be reared in a calf pen with the following features: concrete floor for ease of cleaning, single housing to avoid leaking of each other, properly drained to avoid wetness, leak-proof roof to avoid wetness. Piggery or pigsty unit. A piggery is a structure used for housing pigs. Pigs are sensitive to extreme weather conditions because of the thin hair covering on their body. They should therefore be provided with a warm and well-ventilated house. A good piggery unit is composed of the following parts: feed store, records room, pig pens, gilts pen, boar's pen, in-pig pens, weaners or fatteners pen, farrowing pens, running yard, water troughs or drinking nipples. Rabbitry. A rabbitry is a structure used for housing rabbits. There are two types of rabbit houses. These are the morant cage and the hatch. Structural requirements of a good rabbit hutch are: should be spacious, well ventilated, leak-proof roof, well-drained floor which should be raised above the ground. Fences. Importance and types of fences. A fence is a structure that encloses a designated area and forms a physical barrier for animals and humans. The following are importances of fences: marking of boundaries, keeping intruders and wild animals outside the farm, enable farmers to isolate sick animals from the rest of the herd, makes rotational grazing possible through paddocking, enable farmers to control breeding, enable farmers to practice mixed farming, and acts as windbreaks. Procedure of fencing. There are many types of fences that can be established in the farm. A farmer may plant hedges or use other non-living materials for fencing, for example, wood, wires, and posts, among others. Procedure of fencing. There are many types of fences that can be established in the farm. A farmer may plant hedges or use other non-living materials for fencing, for example, wood, wires, and posts, among others.